you had mentioned this, and this is kind of the direction I want to take it, is you had made a comment about, just through time on the mat and just through the process that you go through doing jiu-jitsu, you become, more comfortable with, things you're unfamiliar with and being able to take on new challenges. And, I have found that jiu-jitsu has helped me with just my own problem solving, right? Of just being able to try to figure out paths to be able to solve challenges that I may be dealing with, whether it's work or personally or whatever the case is. And there's some unique parallels between jiu-jitsu and how to approach problems or how to be able to make improvements in certain things. So during this time, you're learning jiu-jitsu, you're living in Orange, you mentioned you had a career and your family and all those things. What during that time frame, what was going on? You were being an executive, a sales executive. Were you still in the kind of housing market at that time?
Yeah, so I've always been in the construction industry, not like swinging a hammer, but mostly in a sales or leadership capacity. And so, those early years of starting my career in sales, in Orange, working for manufacturers of products that are sold in the construction industry.
Right.
The interesting parallel for me is that I did a lot of selling, and I'm like a little bit of a sales junkie. There's a lot of psychology that I really enjoy about sales, which is, somebody has a small interest in your widget, let's just say, and it's your job to sell them a lot of those widgets, and the psychology that you go through in order to make that happen. And so for me, developing my abilities in sales was always about developing that personal relationship and that personal rapport and just the ability to communicate with people and problem solve, right? So what is holding them up from buying my product, right? What is the problem? And identifying that problem, getting them to identify that problem, and then working through a solution that was acceptable for both of us, right? So it's always about problem solving. It's always about overcoming the objection and moving forward from there. And for me, I have to be a good listener, which is odd because I'm a great talker, but great leaders and great salespeople are better listeners than they are communicators. And so for me, the lesson was always, how do I listen more? Ask an open-ended question and then listen. And so that's hard for people that are talkers because we like to talk. And some people like to just talk until they talk their way into where they want to go. But I like to listen to be strategic, right? So it's listening and then formulating a strategic plan. And like, just to tie it really, really quick back to jiu-jitsu, that's what you're kind of doing. You're in this match. You're competing against somebody else. It's not that you're listening, but you're paying attention. You're feeling where their body is going, and you're formulating a strategic plan moving forward, right? So trying to think 3, 4, 5 steps ahead and counters and reverses and all that type of stuff has kind of led me down this path of where I'm at. And as I've gotten better in my sales career and sales abilities, I've kind of gone up into that leadership sphere. And again, you have to listen. You have to listen to people. You have to understand what's going on. And, coming from a sales capacity into a leadership capacity where you're helping other salespeople grow has been a lot of fun. I'm a little bit older now, a little bit wiser. So I've kind of rolling into that mentor age bracket, if you will, where I've seen so much that I'm able to apply situations to what's going on today and make it relevant. And I think that's really helped me out quite a bit.